So I'm just gonna just straight up and talk to you guys about all of my problems with anxiety and how this all began and whatnot. I think this is very important to be my first video because this is a major problem that I have faced a lot in my life, and I want you guys to know you are not alone. So, um, if you have been following this channel, at first you were following this channel because I was doing a business. I was saying I was an entrepreneur, and my business troubles, I went through it all, and I have discussed it in my other channel, and for some reason something happened to it. I don't know what happened. So I can't get to it. So I'm gonna have to redo the problems on that, but I went and changed this business channel now into my personal channel because I just realized that I don't want to do this business model anymore because I've been very stressed out, and I'm gonna get into one of the main critical things that I experienced when I was doing this business model, and how I made this decision on changing the direction of my life. So, like I discussed, that I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur all my life on TikTok, and I have a whole channel about from the very beginning when I did unicorn magic organizing to now, and I did it all on purpose, and everything was set up. And then things started to shift because of many difficulties in questioning where I want my life to be. So I'm going to go and discuss here a little bit. But if you want to know from the start to now, just go on my TikTok, Molly Hera, and you will see what I'm discussing. So I just want to go and discuss that one of the main things that I want to stop this is because my anxiety was through the roof, and it was to the point that it was crippling me to, like, I couldn't even get out of bed, I couldn't even eat, and I was just so stressed out. And I had this mentality, I want this business to go and work and all that, and I've just realized that if I want this business to pan out the way I've always envisioned, I would need help. And it's just very difficult to do it on my own, and the stresses of it all, doing everything, and I understand all the work of what it takes to be an entrepreneur, and how much you have to love what you do. And initially I was thinking I love it and all that, and then I just was burning myself out, and I feel like I don't have light anymore after all the things that's happened. And so if you looked at my other channel on YouTube, you'll see the problems, but I have no idea what happened to that channel. Like, it just disappeared today. So I'm just gonna start all over, but at least TikTok is still there. Like, you can go and look at that from like the very beginning. But yeah, so I am gonna go and begin my anxiety journey and all that. And I think that I have to listen within myself on what I'm feeling than me just keep on continuing and having this crippling anxiety to the point I can't do anything. I've lost all motivation. I feel I can't eat, and I've been just stressed out of my mind for the entire year and a half. And I've been, this has always been my dream, so I do not regret ever starting unicorn magic organizing, because I've always would have wondered what would have happened, and who knows, I may do it again, I don't know. But I just, right now, this is not for me, and I want to put my time and focus somewhere else. So I have these dreams of wanting to go and travel around the world, and I had the thought process that I was gonna go and put it off. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to put it off because I don't know how long it's going to take for me to get all these businesses successful. and then start traveling. I don't know how long I'm going to be on this earth, so I might as well go and put my time and energy into traveling around the world, because that is what I really want to do ultimately. And so this is kind of what I want, is to make this channel and share my travels and the new passions that I learn and the things that I want to do. And I'm going to have you guys come along with me. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So for organizing and cleaning, I may do some videos for fun, but it won't feel like it's a have to, and the strain and the pressure of a business. You know, it's just something that I like to do. And I was realizing I don't really like it when I am putting all the pressure and the stress upon making it successful. So so the anxiety was just so bad. So I just realized this isn't for me. I just would rather focus on doing it as a side hustle. And like I discussed, I do delivery food apps, and then I go and whatever kind of little side hustle I can do. And then I'm going to do TikTok and YouTube, try to make this successful. And then I'm going to go and travel around the world when I have the finances to back me up, is my thought process. So instead of me doing multiple businesses and then waiting for it to be successful and then go and travel, and it just is too hard to make a personal brand and then go and do multiple successful businesses and whatnot on my own, and then do the side hustles when the businesses are not working out, pretty much. So that's what I'm thinking of. I just really want to travel. My goal in life is to travel to Paris one day, and then go to England and to live in an RV, and then go to all the states. It's kind of my thought process. And I love going to coffee shops and going to new beaches. But yeah, so I'm gonna go and begin my anxiety story. So I want you guys to know that sometimes you don't know you have a major anxiety problem till way later in life. So right now I am 27 years old, and it's really hitting me. And I kind of figured deep down I probably had like a minor anxiety problem, so I dealt with it a lot when I was a child. And those that have followed me, you'll learn that I did kind of grow up in a anxiety-ridden home. Like almost everyone was that, and I thought that was a state of being that just everyone is, and that's how I was taught. And so I kind of went through life like that, and I was always like, my heart was beating really fast all the time. I would get nervous, and then my mind would be all clouded, and I would be just really stressed out for no reason. And then to the point sometimes I would have panic attacks when the stress was just too much of outside factors. And so that's kind of what pretty much I went through life. And I have discussed that in my home, where I grew up, the TV was on a lot. My mom put it on, and it was always news. It was very negative. And so I've always grew up in a very noisy home, because she would have it on till 3 or 4 a.m. and then go to bed and then wake up, and then it would all start again. There was a lot of yelling in the home, a lot of screaming and saying you are this or that in a way to put you down, kind of mainly me. And so it really took a toll on me, and I thought this was just normal. So I didn't really discuss on having anxiety. So I just went through life this way. And then in high school, it got worse. The panic attacks were happening more on the light side. And panic attack meaning like face going red, heartbeat going so fast, you're about to pass out, you're exhausted, you can't think straight. And some people can pass out, and there are times where I felt I've almost passed out but didn't, and then the heart racing so much, and it can happen at random times. And so that is what I experienced. So if I'm talking to someone, it could just literally just show up right in the middle of me talking to someone. And so I'll talk to someone, and then in the middle of the conversation, I would start being nervous and whatnot, and I couldn't control it. It just would appear, and I would try to cover it up and all that, and it's hard to cover it up because it's kind of weird that right at the beginning, you're yourself, you're calm, collected, and you can think straight, and then in the middle of conversation, you're starting to get all nervous, you're sweating, and your heart beating fast, but you can't really tell them because that's kind of weird. And so that's kind of what I experienced a lot, and I thought this was just normal. I didn't really talk about it to people. And then so that was high school. And then in college, so normally from high school high school, college, and a little after, I was working around the clock. I grew up in the mentality that you're supposed to work around the clock, and that's the only way to, make a decent living and all that. So I have conditioned myself to work around the clock, like to the point it's like every single minute of the day is thinking about work, whatever it is that I signed up myself for. And so I never rested in my entire life until probably recently. And it really took a toll on me, just working around the clock and, doing high school and then working all the time. I'm used to having like 2 to 3 jobs, sometimes 4. And so that's kind of how I lived my life. And then, so that happened. And then, in college, I paid for college and all that. And, I was doing full-time school, full-time work. And then I was doing like several other jobs and side hustles. So I would ignore the anxiety, and I would just keep on doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I would just work through it. And so I remember I would be like, there were days where I had to go to class, and then I would have 3 jobs. So, so those that don't know me, I went and did, teaching, and then I would work at a school, and then I would do side hustle. So I would do like delivery apps or something, or whatever little side hustle that I have. There were times where I would like cook for somebody or whatever it is. And so I did that all through college, and my anxiety was through the roof. I was having major panic attacks, but I would go and ignore it and just keep on going. And so I was thinking that the life is the hustle bustle. This is the only way to make it, blah, blah, blah. And, I was taught at a very young age that you're meant to suffer in this world, and you're supposed to just work around the clock, never rest. That is life, essentially. And so I kind of went through that. And it really did take a toll on me. And I graduated when 2020 COVID hit, and I thought the anxiety would go away at this point, and it did not. So I thought that, college is over, I'm done, I'm gonna get my 9 to 5, and then I'm gonna go and just relax after that, because I was taught if you get that 9 to 5, then you're gonna make bank, I guess, and then you're gonna go and be fine. But when I went and looked for jobs, it just wasn't working out, or low paying, and I did subbing, it just wasn't enough. So I was doing side hustles. So in total, I was working 18 hours every single day. And it was just so stressful. I just wanted to die because of just how much work it was. And I'm like, if this is life, I don't want to be doing life, because that is just, it's terrible to work 18 hours and then never resting and all that, because I moved out and all that, and the bills were coming in. It was just so much. And so I just thought that life is, you just work and then you're gonna die pretty much. And I just really didn't like that. And so that's kind of why I went and moved to entrepreneurship, so I can do the things that I want to do. But yeah, apparently it's just so much, and I was just so tired. At least the business model that I chose for myself was just so much and so stressful. And so, yeah, I just, so my anxiety, when I left, and, I was working 18 hours every day, I was just so tired, and I just wanted it to be over with. And then I thought I was going to get my teacher job. Didn't happen, and I was feeling like I'd be stuck working 18 hours for the rest of my life, because they were like, oh, well, you could still be a sub. And I was like, no, I don't really want to do that, because I'm working this many hours. I thought I'd get the teacher job, and then that was it. And then I wouldn't have to work so hard, because I was working at the school, and then they would go and have me stay after for free hours and wouldn't pay me. And then afterwards, the teachers would leave. So when I was working at the school, the teachers would leave at the end of the day, and they were like salary or whatever, so it didn't really matter. And then they would leave me with the kids, and I would be stuck with them until the parents would come, because I couldn't just leave, because someone had to be there to watch them. So then right after, since I was not getting paid for those hours, right after I would go and have to do side hustles, and I would have to work 6 more hours after that. And it was just it was a heartache and stress. And so that's kind of why I was just like, I'm done. So I stopped the school, and then I went and worked doing side hustles, loved it. And then I saw how much income that you could make just, doing a bunch of random jobs. And then I went and I wanted to see how entrepreneurial work is, where, I just focus on one skill and then see how much. And then I really realized on how rough it can be. And, I still love entrepreneurship, and I think I am going to continue it. It's just the business model that I chose for myself, I think, was just a little much. I would need help for it. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. And yeah, my anxiety just skyrocketed, and there were times lately where I would lay in bed for days on end. I wouldn't eat, wouldn't sleep, and I just couldn't get out of bed, stare at the ceiling for a while, and no matter how much I really tried, couldn't do it. And so I just realized that my anxiety, I just need to address it and just have a slow life and take care of myself and really do what I want to do, which is traveling. At the end of the day, that's what I want to do. And it's just cleaning and organizing. I like to do it, but is it my love? I don't think it is my absolute love. Like, if I had a choice at the end of the day and I knew I was going to die, would I do organizing, cleaning, or would I go and do traveling? Would rather travel. And so that's kind of my choice. And so I would rather travel, focus on that, and focus on my well-being. And that way my anxiety does not go through the roof, and feeling like I'm about to die and all that, and having these panic attacks. And to the point, it's about almost every other day. And, it just got worse and worse and worse, I feel like, each year and all that, because, throughout, my childhood, never addressed it. And honestly, I think that, it's genetic factors involved and environmental factors involved. And so it's just both things. And it's just so bad. And, I would definitely get medication for it, but I currently do not have the finances to go and get the medication for that. So that's kind of on the lines, like I discussed, that all of my income went towards Unicorn Magic organizing. And so, yeah, I'm back at square one. And I just really had to go and ask myself, what do I really want out of life? What do I want more out of? And is this what I really want? Like, is this my love, or is this a like, or am I doing it for the potential income that I know it can, because I know that this service is incredible and can, go and do things. So for my business, for Unicorn Magic Organizing, I did cleaning, and then for organizing, I incorporated psychology in my organizing jobs, and I would figure out people's habits and I would change it. So I would figure out their minds, and then I would do intentional placement of objects and do certain actions to get them to go and focus on their goals, dreams, and passions, because that is something that I'm very passionate in, and I want more people to do. And that's kind of why I made this channel and all that. But yeah, it's just, I have to focus on my anxiety. And I feel if I continue doing this particular business model, I am just gonna explode. And so I might do some organizing cleaning videos for fun, and I'm gonna drop my papers for you guys, like I discussed on my other channels, that I did write up papers to help solve certain personal problems, and so I'm gonna still drop it. But yeah, doing a business, doing organizing cleaning is just so rough. And just doing it on your own it's just a lot, and my anxiety was just exploding. And so pretty much I just want you guys to know that you are not the only one to experience this deep-rooted issue of anxiety, and just know that sometimes anxiety is hereditary. It can be. And or also it could be environmental factors that is happening in your life, certain stressors, and or certain dynamics, friends or family and whatnot, or just about how you see yourself and all that. And so yeah, I just really, I've been envisioning for a while about doing a anxiety video so that others know that they are not alone, because I have felt for a long time that I am alone on this whole journey of figuring out to manage my anxiety, and it just how crippling it is. And yeah, but I don't want it to stop me from doing what I want and all that. All I really want to do is travel around the world, bring you guys to all these coffee shops and to all these places that I go, and bring Daisy, my dog. My other channel is showing you guys my my walks with my dog and all that. But if you want to see it, go look on TikTok, Molly Hera, and you'll see a little more about me. But yeah, I just really want to do this video about anxiety, because it is a very crippling thing, and it makes you feel very alone and all that, because you're just staring at the ceiling sometimes and you can't even bring yourself to do anything, and your heartbeat is going so fast, your face is red, it's hot, you have this headache going on. No matter how much you drink water, it doesn't even help. So yeah, I just learned that I want to just slow down in life and just go and do my daily life, and maybe I could bring you guys to my delivery apps and whatnot, and my side hustles, and then eventually I will make an income from this. I know that. And then I'm gonna go travel around the world and bring you guys, and yeah, my future videos, one day I'm gonna be doing videos about where I want to go, and just what I want to do in certain places. And we don't have to be living in our dreams in our heads. Like, it can happen, and I'm going to show you guys that it can happen. And I'm going to share you guys more about my opinions and thoughts, and the way I think. And I have a very entrepreneurial mind, and just wanting to go through life and to have people realize that they don't have to be alone, and that it feels so scary sometimes, honestly, especially when you have deep-rooted anxiety, that it's just you, and you can have all the people that a bunch of friends and family, but you still feel alone, especially when you have this anxiety. And so, yeah, guys, just go, and I would love it, one day make a community and we can discuss about anxiety and go and tackle it together, and that talking about our dreams and what we hope out of life and how we're going to accomplish it, and that just realize that everything that you want in your head can happen. And that's why I made this channel to show you guys, like, it's definitely possible. All your thoughts and ideas in your head are actually real, and in this world, in whatever reality, that we can shape it however we want. So yeah, guys, go and subscribe to Molly Hara, this channel. And sorry for the confusion for the ones that did sign up for Unicorn Magic Organizing. But yeah, I just want to do this video for you guys and to explain more on what I want to do for this channel, and more on why I'm doing this.